Hey everybody, Phantom Shadow here. Welcome back to more Spiraling Trap, the prologue to Deathnote. Let's continue. The bridge, or the staff room. Recipe for milk tea. Recipe for orange lollipop. Jeffrey, please stop the ship. I can't. Why not? You have no reason to dirty your hands further. That's not it. The ship can't be stopped. The autopilot has been set, and that's not all. The engines are overheating. In 5 hours, the whole thing will explode. Are you certain? Jeffrey is telling the truth, L. The explosion will detonate all of the traps on board together with the ship's fuel. You might have removed their detonators, but that doesn't change the fact that the ship is still loaded with explosives. Of course, you could always shut down the ship's computer and restart it, then reconfigure the autopilot. But what would happen if the engines went out of control while they're still running at full power? The countdown will accelerate. Just a few minutes and then boom. Wait, this is all news to me. Sorry about that. You might be an expert in traps, but you don't seem to know much about computers, so I made preparations on my end. In a few hours, the ship will sink into the Atlantic. Which will be harder, finding the evidence or pulling up the Titanic? Sir, we have a problem. There's something wrong with the autopilot. Huh? What's the problem? We're supposed to be heading out to sea, but we're headed along the coast, towards Port Altair. What? Is it a bug? Jeffrey, you're supposed to have checked the system. I did, but there's a mistake with the autopilot settings and the route data. Give me a break. Here I was trying to avoid a scene. Guess we'll have to evacuate the people in the port. L, you and the FBI can do that. That's not gonna work. Port Altair is controlled by the Rebellion government. If a ship loaded with explosive crashes into the port and blows up, even if no one dies, they'll see it as an act of aggression. No. You mean Corellia? The war would restart. It's the worst possible situation. That's not true. It might not be so bad to have the L brand debut with Corellia. It'll be as if the conflict itself was produced by L. That's beyond low. If we're going to cause a scene, the bigger the better. They won't be able to scrap up any evidence anyway. Of course, the great L and the FBI would be powerless to intervene in another country's war. Even if there's no evidence left, we'll still be witnesses. And And how are you going to make your testimony? In 5 hours, the whole world will know of the L brand. I can just kick back and watch as the customers flood in. I'll even show them a little promotional film. These 9 hours that you and your little FBI friend have been spent scurrying around. Clients will see how seriously you worked on developing the products, and your reputation will be ruined. Take my advice. If you want to save that young FBI agent over there, get them out now. Jeffrey, you can go too. I refuse. I don't follow you anymore. What? I'm indebted to you. Without your help, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to learn and grow. But I will not cause a war. Thank you for everything you've done for me, and goodbye. What are you talking about? Jeffrey? You cut off communications with your boss? Yes, now he can't interfere anymore. Let's stop this ship and I'll help you. Right. Please help Mino to reboot the system. That'll take too long. It'll take 15 minutes to restart the system, by which point the engines will have exploded. L. Please ask the US military to intervene. After rescuing Chris, it will be best to have them sink the ship. No. That wouldn't be for the best. If the US military appears in Corellia while the peace mediation is still going on, it will only complicate things. The best thing we can do now is stop the engines ourselves. The ship's engines are electric propulsion engines, consisting of several generators and a propulsion unit that turns the motor. Go to the engine room and stop the ship by shutting off the generators and propulsors, then shut down the engines. If you can reconfigure the system, you can stop the engines overheating and shut the operation down for good. Alright. To get to the engine room, you'll need to go through the ship's hold. You can get there using the walkway stairs. There's a key in the drawer over there. I'll be counting on you to assist Mino from the bridge and disarm the autopilot. Mino, you're in charge of stopping the engines. I'm indebted to you, There's more to the story. I'll have Watery look into it. Shiphold key. From here on out, the mission is no longer to escape, but to stop the ship. If we can stop it, the ship will reach the... If we can't stop it, the ship will reach the port and it will be disaster. Nothing else, I want to prevent that. But even if you are an FBI agent, Mino, you have the right to put your life first. You have two options. You can escape in a lifeboat, or you can continue with the mission. I can't force you to do anything. You must make your own choice. Whichever you choose, my respect for what you've done so far will not change. Continue with the mission. Thank you, Mino. I'm glad you're my partner. Let's hurry and move on. Elle's trust in you has grown. cool music. Recipe for lemon tea. Wait, Mino. The Housekeeper's World Series isn't over. There's still probably numerous traps ahead. It's a race against time, but we can't rush. Keep a level head and stay strong. Neuralizer. Looks like you need a 4-digit code. I imagine there's some sort of hint on it on this floor. A trap, of course. Be careful. It's a trap.
It's a trap!
慎重に。その調子です。
I get the impression that this trap wasn't prepared in advance, but was set in a hurry, which means... Jeffrey, please open a line to the housekeeper. Okay. I got it back on. You should be able to connect with the housekeeper. Do you copy? Yeah, I'm here. What do you want? Could you deactivate your World Series right now? I refuse. This is a matter of pride. I'm not going to concede to you. Even if it means going down with a ship. You're on the Granada like Jeffrey, aren't you? That's right. If you're so worried about me, disarm my traps and stop the ship then. There's still time before the engines burn up. I'll have you see this through to the end. If that upsets you, then you'd better hit it out of the park with a home run. Baseball puns again? If he loves baseball so much, he should be a baseball player, not a bomber. Keyword added, baseball mad bomber. I guess we'll have to give up on trying to persuade him and just keep going. Still, that trap you just disarmed was quite odd. Traps you faced up to this point were designed in such a way to conceal any of their maker's quirks. But this time, I can see right-handed favoritism. Yes, he really was in a hurry. I'd say we got ourselves a game-winning home run. Keyword added, right-handed trap. Cargo hold C F B E D A. It's hopeless. We'll never make it in time. We have to call the FBI, no, the US military, and have them sink the ship. It's too early to give up. With you who designed the ship's system and us working together, we can stop this ship. Just focus on that. Right. Torn Note B. It's trap.
It's a trap!
慎重に行きましょう。
Alright.
助かりましたね。
Level 40. Storage key. Took me some time, but I've compiled the information. Would you still like it? Yes, I'm sure it'll play a key role in going forward. Then I shall send it to you first on paper. Jeffrey Miller. Jeffrey was an orphan of war. His loyalty to Aloys seems to stem from there. What else do you have? Jeffrey's family. Is the CLN who orchestrated the bombings that killed them. Does he know about this? I'm afraid I couldn't answer that. This is all the information I could find. It's certainly worth knowing. The glass fogged up. Writing has appeared on it. It says 2-1, or 2-1. One sec. Alright, I'm back. Jeffrey, I hate to ask under these circumstances, but there's something I need to know. Please make it brief. You knew that Aloys was an executive of CLN long before all this, don't you? Yes, I did. About 3 years ago, he became aware of my programming skills and got me involved in the planning. It was just after I joined that I found out his connection with the CLN, but why does that matter? No reason. I won't keep you from your work any longer. Right. Keyword added. Jeffrey's involved in the plan. Hand wheel. Tornote A. Piece of note paper was hidden. I see. This is an example of how to use the hints. If you follow this,
気になる情報ですね。
1 to 3, 3 to 6, 2 to 7, 3, 7, 6. And there's also that note on the mirror that was like 2 to 1. I need to write this stuff down, one sec. Tricolor Dongo. Right.
助かりましたね。
It's locked and can't be accessed. It's no good. There's nothing we can do. We need to sink the ship. Sinking the ship is the last resort. Mino has put their life on the line to prevent that. Don't waste Mino's hard work and courage. Alright. Unique wrench. Right.
その調子でいきましょう。
Right. There's writing on the wall. It says 3-8. Torn note C. Combine with the torn notes together. 4-3. This isn't gonna work, Al. Even if we stop the ship, all of this stuff is junk. It's not evidence. No, the very existence of this ship is evidence. Well, we will find a way to stop it. Don't give up. One dash 6. Looks like you'll need a 4-digit code. I imagine this will be some sort of hint on it for this floor. One is 6. 2 is 1. 3 is 8. 4 is 3. Brilliant work. Let's keep going. El's trust in you has grown. You know, this hall isn't like the others. There must be something here. The housekeeper is serious. Don't let your guard down, even for 1 second. What the hell? There's like paint all over it. Case containing liquid. Cover has been attached to it. Inside the device has buttons. An LCD is attached to it. Appears to be locked. The color of these buttons is the same as the paint on the case that you just removed, but the order is a little different. White, green, yellow, blue, red, black. Release the lock. The cylindrical part appears to be a gas cylinder. Hand wheel. Fit the hand wheel into the hole in the pipe and close the valve. That should stop any gas flow. To a certain extent, the danger has been removed. It's time to remove the bolt. The valve has been closed, so it should be safe. Remove the unique shaped bolt. The lid of the case can now be opened. Containing liquid. The bolt that was holding it in place has been removed. Tube extends from the cylinder. Here's to connect the pipe to the case containing liquid. We've closed the valve, so this tube no longer serves any purpose. You can disconnect it if that's in the way. Pipe containing the gas cylinder to the case containing liquid. The valve has been closed so it can no longer deliver gas. Should be safe to open the lid now. Alright. The gas is reacting violently with the liquid in the case. There's a fitting inside. It's attached to the end of the pipe. Case containing liquid. The chemical reaction is occurring between the gas and the liquid. Neutralizer. Pour the neutralizer into the case. The chemical reaction gradually calmed down. Appears to be stable. The liquid has been neutralized and is stable, but the neutralization process has let off heat. If you open the valve now, the gas would react. To be on the safe side, we should completely remove the case. Broke again. Alright.
Clear ですね。
Level 41. Power is being supplied to the elevator.
よくやってくれました。
Well done, Mino. You must be feeling quite worn out by now, but you have to keep fighting. Let's move on. Hell, we're never gonna make it at this rate. I'm not just saying this for my sake, we really don't have enough time. I'm begging you, please contact the military. If this ship crashes into the port, Aloys will make sure that the word of your involvement is spread around the world. If that happens, no one will ever trust you again. We're trying to prevent that from happening. You don't want to see the fallout of the explosion or the start of new war either, do you? Ally. It's true that the situation is desperate, but Jeffrey's attitude is too extreme. Why does he want the US military to intervene so badly? Keyword added, military intervention. Jeffrey, I know that you're still hiding something. Huh? You seem to want to sink the ship more than you want to stop it. What's your goal? What are you talking about? I just want to stop the explosion, that's all. Jeffrey's cooperation is essential if we need to stop the ship, but for that we need to be on the same page. Uncover Jeffrey's real goal. I'm guessing most of the information is stuff that we just learned. Jeffrey must know that the US intervention would make things worse, so why? Unless getting them involved is his true goal. If he was present during the planning, it would seem impossible for him to slip his own agenda into the works. It was the CLN's weapons that took his family. Even though he owes a debt of gratitude to Aloys, he can't forgive the CLN. Jeffrey is a victim of war. He must harbor a hatred for him, an executive of the CLN. I believe I already told you, US military intervention would make things worse. There's another way to stop the ship. But you were very quick to give up on stopping it, and keep insisting that the ship should be sunk by the US military. That isn't because you fear for your life. You want to make this incident bigger, make things worse, get the US military to intervene. Why would I do that? Here's my chance to take revenge on the CLN. I can take advantage of what they're planning to get justice. When you discovered the connection between Aloys and the CLN, didn't something like that cross your mind? No, I'd never. It was the horrific weapon sold by the CLN that took the lives of your family. It's not so easy to forgive the people who stole something you hold dear. That's right, you created the situation in order to take revenge against the CLN. I work in service to the CLN. Jeffrey Miller. No. Kirilo Milanovic. That's your real name. I was curious about your English accent, so I asked Watery to look into it. You are a victim who lost your family during the civil war in former Yugoslavia. What Aloys is trying to do is make new instruments of war. The number of tragic victims like you will only increase. I just can't believe you would be happy to go along with such a plan and help with it. No, I'd make more sense it would make more sense to assume you'd be anti-war. I know nothing. My name isn't Krillo, it's Jeffrey. Jeffrey, the current situation is exactly what you wanted. And your plan will be complete when the US military intervenes. What plan? After you lost your family because of the war, you hated conflict with all your heart and wanted peace. Someone like that would never work for the arms trade for the CLN, developing new weapons. There's a newsletter from the Alois Foundation. After you were saved, you, Krillo, said, "The war took my family. I want to get rid of the world of war." Are you gonna deny that boy's words? Everything has a solution. You already forgotten those words. The grief of losing your family. Who could? How could I ever forget? Yes, I hate war. I can't stand people like the CLN who destroy lives all for profit. That's why I want to get the US military to sink this ship and give them an excuse to attack the CLN. As long as evil organizations like the CLN exist, the world will never be at peace. The number of children like me will only continue to grow. Someone has to break the cycle of hatred. You're right. Huh? But if the US military sinks the ship, it will only fuel tensions within Corellia and create new hatred. Don't you, a victim of war, realize this paradox of what you're suggesting? Isn't the best way to fulfill your wish to stop this ship and expose the crimes of Alois and the CLN? What should I... Please, help me stop the ship. We can do it. Together. Alright. I'll help you in any way I can. Thank you. Well, Mino, let's move on. We have one last job to do. L, I have some news to report. What is it? Whilst tracking the radio signals coming from the ship, I detected an unusual signal, as well as the signal from Minos PDA. There's another signal being transmitted from the Granada. It's not easy to trace, but I've been picking up the odd bits of interference. Radio interference? Come to think of it, there was an unusual transmission before. I haven't been able to confirm the contents, but it appears to be a digital signal. Digital signal. In other words, it's not being used for communication. Could be something to do with the ship. My readings show that Minos PDA picked up most of the interference whilst on this floor. Meaning there's probably some sort of communications room on this floor. It appears so. I know we don't have much time, but this could be vital information. Please see what you can find. Alright, but I think we'll do that next time. So, thanks for watching and see you all then. Bye.
またよろしくお願いします。それでは。